Happy Friday. Just finished work. Now I've got to go home, get stuck into a few jobs. Just got to go and pick a few things up on the way home. Got the trailer on the back. We'll go and rip in. Burning sunlight, can't have that. Go that one. Got the trestles loaded up. Off to the next thing now. Got some ice cream for the cows. They love this stuff. This is where I get it. It's a little place in town here. Back home now. So Joe rang me up this morning to tell me that you had a bit of an escape down the paddock. We've got an electric fence running down through there for the cattle, splitting the paddock in half, and I don't know what's happened. I haven't even been down there yet, to be honest with you, but it sounds like a deer, or because we get some deer here, or a roo or something's ploughed through it in the middle of the night and knocked it down and pulled the spool off the fence and everything. So the cows are gone, you beauty. We're up there for a bit of easy tucker, like, because they'll go through and pull all the sweet stuff off the top. But I'll get these bags unloaded and get the trailer off the ute so Joe can drive the ute, and we'll go down there and see if we can push them back into where they're supposed to be and hook the fence back up. Wrong end. Anything. Now satisfying that is. Grab the troughs out of the other paddock that they were in, and then we're getting some of that sweet feed that they love. Put them up here and coax them all back in again, because they're up the other end of this paddock, and they shouldn't be. They should be down here eating this stuff, but they're up there. So we'll go down and get the troughs and bring them up. Look at them, run them back up the fence line. Alright, so we've got the troughs loaded on. We'll head back up, drop them, go over here and we'll fix up the fence. Look at them, they know something's up, and get them back down here and we'll fix this fence up. These are our expensive cattle feeder troughs that I make. They're bloody good, I tell you. For the price of the drum, I think I pay about 20 bucks for the drum. Fold them together with a bit of treated 4x2 so the termites don't get into them, and they're solid as. That's it. So simple, but they work so well. Cost me about, I don't know, not even $30 each. With 3 of them. So what we'll do is, well, they're already coming over. Are they coming over or are they going the other way?
Going the other way.
It's all right. We'll go up there and we'll leave the feed on because he'll come over and eat the whole lot. So we won't put the feed in yet, and then we'll come back and we'll go up and bring them down, and hopefully we don't have to chase them around in the quad bike and fix up the fence and all that shit. Yeah, Mexican. Which one had the sore eye? 21. It's over here. So watch these black bastards because they kick. Here he is here. His eye's still a little bit white. So the whole purpose that we put this stuff in these troughs is to get them quiet and get them to do what we want to do. And they usually know that if they follow that ute, that this is what they're going to get. So it makes it a lot easier to move them around and stuff like that. They love the stuff. This one is a matriarch. And she goes running, carrying on silly and that. That's one of the heifers that we got. She should be in calf. That's our bull just here. He's only a young bull. He's a bit over 12 months old. He'll be about 13, 14 months old. So he's got a lot of growing to do yet. The back there, the black one. But yeah. Got a couple of flies on them. Keep them on there. There's cows over there. He's probably calling out to them. He's happy now. Hey, enough of that. Enough. More. All right, so what had happened was the old spool. Yeah, I'm going to get this in the shot. I might have to turn it all around. Anyway, it's on now, so I've got to remember that. But yeah, the spool had been knocked off where it's hooked onto the fence here. But down the line there, Jade was saying, like, we got the cattle over in this side of the paddock. Jade was saying that the fence had been pushed in this way, and like by about 10 metres, And this spool here was laying over near that first post, which is probably about 10 or 12 metres. And so something's come flying down the paddock in the night and hit it, knocked the spool off. So Jade woke up in the morning. I don't know if you can see the house up there on the hill. I'm probably not holding the camera right, but anyway, she looked out the deck and she could see cows up on this side, and they're not supposed to be in here yet. They've got another week in here. We just pulled them out of here. They were in here, in this 30-acre paddock here. They were in there for 6 weeks. And have a look at it. Still heaps of grass in there, you know, but they've done a good job and what I sort of want them to do. But yeah, so we've fixed it all up. Cows are back where they're supposed to be. And the fence is all back up. We'll turn around. Yeah, so that's how I've got it set up. Something's knocked it off, like it's well and truly hooked on there, as you can see. And that spool was laying over there next to that post. And down there, the fence was all pushed in on the cattle side. And if it was the cattle that had tried to get out, they'd have pushed it obviously out the other way. But anyway, there's a couple of lick blocks down there, so whether or not a deer's come in out of the thick stuff up there, and we have seen them in here. I haven't seen them, but Joe videoed them one day when I was at work and sent it to me, and there was 3 or 4 deer, and they just walked straight across this paddock here all the way across, and it was like 10 o'clock in the day. But yeah, that's about the gist of it. It's getting later. We've got a fair bit done this afternoon. It's good to have all them back down in here. So we can zoom up on them. Down there. That dam. Beautiful afternoon. I should be spraying. Like there's barely a breath of wind. Perfect for spraying. I'll see what happens. These are the lick blocks I was just talking about. One's a sulphur block and the other one's just like a molasses block. And I thought that we've given them sulphur blocks, molasses blocks in the past, and I thought that they'd go more on that than the sulphur block. But this is the sulphur block. I dropped them out here at the same time, and mate, they just go nuts on it. It's supposed to help with flies, supposedly. So yeah, they got a little bit of the molasses block's got a little bit of urea in it, which is fairly normal. It helps it break stuff up in their guts and things apparently, but there's still heaps of grass in here, a little bit of regrowth popping back through there. Hopefully they'll knock some of that over before we open up this other side, before we put them up in the ear. This paddock is a bit rough, and main reason being is that I don't think they grazed it. The fellow that had it before us grazed it much at all, because that dam that they're all standing around over there wasn't holding water when we got here, and we fixed that with bentonite and stuff. So anyway, I'm rambling on. All good. It's probably going to do this one. As you can see, most hated job on the planet, painting. So I've made a start, just cleaning up the wall a little bit. It got badly damaged, this wall, in a storm before we bought the place, and yeah, it's been like a big hailstorm came through here and smashed a lot of the paint on this side of the house. The rest of it isn't too bad, but it still needs painting. Jade's done heaps of it already, like all the fiddly horrible stuff, but we've just got to get a start on this stuff now. But anyway, happy Friday. I'll see you on the next one.